everyone, it's Noelle again. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Noelle. What the hell? This week, well, if you didn't hear or didn't see, what the hell is wrong with me today? If you did not see, Warped Tour on Tuesday posted the dates for Warped Tour 2017. Scranton is July 10th, which is the one I most likely will be going to. I have to do an internship over the summer, so who knows if I actually will be able to go, but I am going to try my absolute freaking hardest to go to Scranton. But I'll let you guys know. So because Warped Tour is coming up soon, and the lineup will be announced in March, I decided to predict a lineup. Now before I get started, let me just tell you guys something. These are predictions. Predictions. Not real. This is not real. It's not real. It's just something I just decided to do just because I like to try to predict who I think is going to Warped Tour every year. And since, well, this year, since I have a YouTube channel, I figured, well, why not make a video out of it, right? And obviously it's not going to be alright, and I didn't do, like, last year Warped Tour had, I think I counted, like, 76 bands. This list has only 50 something, and like I said, it's probably not all going to be right. It's definitely not going to be alright. What am I saying? Probably for. So, take this all with a grain of salt. It's not real. It's not alright. The real lineup doesn't come out until March. This is just something I'm doing just because I like to predict this stuff, and because, well, why not? I talk about bands on this channel, so alright, let's get started. Wait, I guess I should say how I figured this out. So what I did was I went on Wikipedia and I basically copy pasted. They have like a thing that has all the bands that have been on Warped Tour since the start, and it says like what years they've gone. I copy pasted all of that into Word. The whole thing was 63 pages long. I got this down to 3 pages long. And what I did was I sorted it by what bands have been on Warped Tour between the years 2012 and 2015. If they were on Warped Tour in 2016, I deleted them off the list just because it doesn't usually happen that bands go on Warped Tour 2 years in a row. I mean, it does happen, but it's not very likely to happen. Hence why this is all just predictions and something I just did just to be mean, just to see how many I got right. Like, once the lineup actually comes out, I'm going to see how many I got right and how good I did. I also decided by when their last album came out, because usually when bands go on Warped Tour, they usually either just came out with a new album or will be coming out with a new album very soon. So that's kind of how I make my predictions. And I also based it off of how many years they've been on Warped Tour. Yeah, Ann Arbor is the first one I got on here. I should have wrote down when they last went and how many times they gone, but I didn't. So I guess we're just going with it. But I like Ann Arbor, so that would be cool. All the bands on here, actually, I really do like. Some of them I've never heard of, but oh well. Bayside, I've seen them on Warped Tour twice. So, yeah. That'd be cool to see them again. I like them. Beartooth, I have seen once before. I believe they've been on Warped Tour once, but I know they're pretty popular, so I can imagine them going again. Bowling for Soup, they go every so often. I've seen that Warped Tour once. So, there you go. Breathe Carolina. Again, another band I've seen on Warped Tour. Yeah. The Devil Wears Prada. Now, they just came out with a new album, so it'd be kind of cool to see them on Warped Tour. I don't really listen to them much, but I mean, if I have time to see them while I'm at Warped Tour, why not? Plus, I'm going to try to get to at least 5 Warped Tours this year. I know I'm crazy, but 5 is my goal. 4 Year Strong. Don't really know much about them. I think they were one of the bands that I've seen on Warped Tour a couple times. I haven't ever seen them personally. I don't even listen to them. But, Yeah. Man Overboard, they've been on Warped Tour a couple times. So yeah. Motion City Soundtrack. Now they have been on Warped Tour 10 times. So, and they were not on Warped Tour last year. So they're kind of a band I would expect to see on Warped Tour, if not this year, then next year, because they obviously go all the time. Never Shout Never. I mean, they've been on Warped Tour a couple times, so that's why they're there. Of Mice and Men, if and only if Austin Carlisle is feeling better by then. I know he is in the hospital, or has been. I haven't actually checked up on it recently, but you know, he has a chronic illness, I believe. So that's a maybe for them. But if they've been on Warped Tour a couple times, I've seen them on Warped Tour once, so you know. Our Last Night, they've only been on Warped Tour once, but I don't know, I feel like I'd expect to see them again at some point, because they seem to be gaining popularity. I've recently just started listening to them, so you know. The Ready Set, I believe they've been on Warped Tour a couple times. I'd have to look that up, but I mean, you know, they'd be another band I would expect to see on Warped Tour at some point. Ooh, Taking Back Sunday. The last time they were on Warped Tour was 2012, but they just recently came out with a new album. So I feel like I would expect to see them again. I actually did see them when they were on Warped Tour in 2012. That was my first year at Warped Tour. So that's more of a hope than I think, but it'd be cool to see them again. I love Taking Back Sunday. The Used is basically the same as Taking Back Sunday. They were on Warped Tour, I think, in 2013 or 2014. I know they weren't on the whole tour though, so I didn't get to see them. If they would have gone to Scranton, I would have seen them. But here's to hoping that they'll be on Warped Tour and go to Scranton or any of the other dates I'm going to. Oh, Yumi at 6. I think the last time they were on Warped Tour was in 2012. I remember seeing them in 2012 again. 2012 was my first year going to Warped Tour. So cool to see them. Again, another band that I'm not entirely sure of, but you know, like Monster Flames, they're coming out with new music in 2017. New music means more likely for them to be on Warped Tour. So, One OK Rock, they were on Warped in 2015. So, and I know sometimes bands go every other year, so you know. Saves the Day is also coming out with new music in 2017. They were on Warped in 2015, I think, either 15 or 14. So, could be possible to see them again. Same with I the Mighty and Marmosets. They're also both coming out with new albums in 2017. Here we go. August Burns Red. They go to Warped Tour every so often, and they're also coming out with new music in 2017. Same with Black Veil Brides too, and Seaway. These are actually just bands that I went on Alternative Press and Googled who was coming out with new albums in 2017 that go to Warped Tour. I've seen August Burns Red on Warped Tour in 2015. I think I saw them. Either 2014 or 2015. And Black Veil Brides I saw on Warped Tour in 2015 too. So, and Seaway is a band I actually have never heard of before, but they were on Warped Tour and they're also coming out with new music in 2017. Should check them out. I really don't know much about them, so be cool to see them. As It Is, again, another band. There's a lot of here. Okay, I'll just read off the bands that are coming out with new music in 2017, according to Alternative Press, that I think will be on Warped Tour in 2017. As It Is, Silverstein, Being as an Ocean, Miss May I, We Came as Romans, New Year's Day, 100th, Stick to Your Guns, and Stray from the Path. So, there you go. I saw Miss May on Warped Tour in 2012 and 2015. And then We Came as Romans I saw on Warped Tour in 2013 and 2015. So it'd be nice to see them again. Silverstein actually saw Warped Tour in 2013, I think it was. Been to so many freaking Warped Tours. Being as an Ocean, I don't listen to a lot. Same with As It Is, but I've heard of their music before. I probably heard it before, but I don't know. So I should check them out. 100th, I have never heard of before, but they've been on Warped Tour and they're coming out with new music, so. And Stick to Your Guns and Stray from the Path, two other bands that I don't really listen to a lot, but I know of them. And yeah. Okay, Bless the Fall and The Amity Affliction both came out with new albums this year, but they were not on Warped Tour in 2016, but they were on Warped Tour in 2015. So I could see them going on Warped Tour again this year. Plus, like, they're popular metalcore bands. Like, come on, like, people want to see them. So this next band, I think, is a band that not many people know about, but they're actually from Pennsylvania, like me. Carousel Kings. They got, I forget what record label they're signed to, but they were on Warped Tour, I think, also in 2015. And they're coming out with new music, so possible to see them again. Encourage My Love and Cross Faith. Both have been on Warped Tour before. Both probably came out with new albums. I really don't know much about either of these two bands, but I put them on here because of the way I set it up. So, if you're a fan of Courage My Love or Cross Faith, I'm predicting them to be on Warped Tour. Fit for a King just came out with a new album, and they've been on Warped Tour before, so there you go. Same with Hands Like Houses and Icon for Hire. Both been on Warped Tour before, came out with new music. Here's a band that I'm really into, Memphis Mayfire. They were on Warped Tour in 2015, came out with new music this past year, so could see them again. The rest of the bands here are also bands I don't really listen to, but I added based on the system I told you about how I added bands. So I put in Moose Blood, New Beat Fund, Night Riots, Strangers You Know, and yeah. And then the other bands I put in were Pierce the Veil, just because they were on Warped in 2015. Misadventures came out in 2016, so they didn't play most of their songs on. They didn't play. The only song they played on Warped Tour in 2015 from Misadventures was The Divine Zero. So Simple Plan goes to Warped Tour a lot, so I put them on there because they go on Warped Tour a lot. This Wildlife came out with new music this year too. They've been on Warped Tour before. Possible to see them again. Attila, last time they were on Warped Tour was 2015, and they just came out with some new music. So they're overdue for Warped Tour. Possible to see them again. And Bring Me the Horizon, again, is a band I maybe think would go on, because the last time they were on Warped Tour was 2013. So they're a maybe band. Like, I can't say that I really do think they would be on Warped Tour, but it is a possibility, so I added them on here. Again, like I said in the beginning, we won't know the actual lineup until March. This is just something I like to do, just to predict who I think will be on Warped Tour this year, and I'm always excited to see. And of course, I remember in 2015 I saw the leaked lineup, so who knows, maybe the lineup will get leaked again this year, earlier than March. Guess we'll see. But no matter what the lineup is, I'm always excited for Warped Tour, and I am excited to see who's going to be on this year. And I hope you guys are too. And like I said, when I know for sure what dates I'll be going to, I'm going to post it all over the internet. Come see me, come say hi to me if you watch my channel. If not, well, then I guess you won't come and say hi to me. Yeah, so that's all I have for today. This was kind of more of a, not a funny video, but like a serious video more, just because, hey, it's Warped Tour, and I love Warped Tour. Gotta do some more mellow videos every so often. Next week is probably going to be more of a funny video, though, so get excited for that. And yeah, that's all I really have to say, so see you guys next week.